Brand new for 2016 is St. Eustache in Montreal. For the first time, Formula Drift travels to the event entitled True North in beautiful Canada. The fans are arguably some of the most passionate in the world, and they come by the tens of thousands. For the drivers, it's a brand new track with minimal data, and so therefore it opens up the possibility for anyone to take the win. We're in the back half of the season as the championship begins its road to the finals. Who will come out on top in the north? Only on UTI Formula Drift, presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. Hello, Drift fans, and welcome to Universal Technical Institute Formula Drift, presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. I'm Jared Deenda, and this is the premier international drifting sanctioning body. We deem this True North. Why? Well, we're in Canada. We're at St. Eustache, which is essentially Canada's Irwindale, and we brought the big guns. For the first time ever, a Formula Drift Pro Championship round is outside of the lower 48. Also, we are beyond the halfway point of the 2016 Formula Drift Championship. We're about to find out who gets the big points and who holds up the carbon fiber trophy. But before we move on to the Grade 8, I throw it to my co-host, Ryan Sage.
All right, well, thanks, Jared. Oh, Canada, here we are for the first time at St. Eustache in Montreal, and this course right here is called the Irwindale of Canada, except for it doesn't have any banking. This is a flat course. It's very fast. It's got 2 outer zones and 3 inside clips. The drivers love it, the fans love it, and you're gonna love it. But before we get to that and all the action on course, we're gonna go on board with our Blackview course preview.
This is your Blackview course preview. Let's take you through the track. Pull through the chicane, grab a couple gears. As you approach turn 1, grab the handbrake and pitch it in. Full throttle, cranking through the bank. You get real nice and close on the first part of the bank, but as it opens up, you got to increase your speed and push to the edge of the outer wall in outer zone 1.
So you got to kind of maintain a little bit of distance off of the wall in the beginning, and then get close to the wall in the outer zone in the end of the first turn, and then coming through that drag strip. I mean, it's basically high speed, transition one way, transition the other way.
As soon as you pick up the touch and go, you're full throttle heading to outer zone 2, and immediately at the end of outer zone 2, you drop down, pick up inner clip number 2, and carry it all the way track right.
Hard on the brakes, back on the gas, grazing that outer line. And you come into the infield, you flick it back into turn 3, finish off strong, and boom, you're done.
Drifting is the only motorsport in the world based on judging. So let's break down how that works. In head-to-head battles, the lead driver is supposed to run a specific line with as much speed and angle as possible. The lead driver is setting the pace, but the chase driver is supposed to utilize the lead driver as a moving clipping point. Wherever the lead goes, the chase should go as well. After 2 runs with each driver leading once, the driver that was the most consistent, most aggressive, and showed clear dominance over the other driver will win the matchup. And that is your FD judging criteria, brought to you by The General.
We've broken down the track, we've laid out the criteria, and these are the drivers that have advanced on into the Grade 8. First on deck, Forrest Wang versus Odie Bakchis. Forrest Wang in that 2JZ powered S15 Gittin's laboratory vehicle. He also qualified number 1, and Odie Bakchis qualifying 8th, just looking very strong in his Hyundai Genesis Coupe.
And an important battle here for Odie as he's just outside the championship chase, and a win against Forrest could make him one step closer to getting in the hunt.
Forrest Wang, big angle there. Odie Bakchis trying to close the gap. Wang with that signature angle and big smoke.
Great lead run right here by Forrest. You can see wrapping around that first inside clip and getting deep into the touch and go.
In the touch and go, now in that second rear clipping zone, you could barely see Odie Bakchis cutting through the smoke there as they approach that second front clip.
Unbelievable lead run here for Forrest, keeping the momentum from that number 1 qualification, and then Odie straightens out in the chase position.
Odie Bakchis looking good here, but then when it comes to the end, you see him straightening out and then losing that advantage. So now Odie Bakchis will be out front, Forrest Wang giving chase.
Well, big run for Forrest in run number 1. Let's see if he's got enough for run number 2 as Odie takes the lead.
Odie Bakchis with that small mistake at the end of the last run initiates strongly into that first rear clipping zone. Forrest Wang in tow, 69.8 miles per hour.
Great job right there by Odie. Deep angle here as he approaches inside clip number 1, but look at Forrest right there on that back bumper.
A quick transition, you see Forrest Wang take out that front clip into the second rear clipping zone. Look, oh, Forrest Wang spins out.
Oh, Forrest Wang goes off course, and you gotta wonder, did he smoke the tires too much in run number 1, not able to hold the line that Odie had, causing a big mistake.
Forrest Wang getting aggressive, overcooks it, and he makes contact, boom, right there with Odie Bakchis. Let's go to our Universal Technical Institute judging results. They're going at it again, Ryan. So the judges equated as Odie's mistake, Forrest Wang's mistake. I would say that they're equally matched. Do you agree with the call?
Yep, I do, and here we go one more time. This time Forrest will take the lead, sans bumper. Odie another shot to try to take him out.
Forrest Wang, good initiation. Odie Bakchis not as big an angle as Forrest Wang, but great proximity. See both of them tapping the brakes, 69.1 miles per hour.
Again, big angle by Forrest. He taps the wall. The wing comes off, but he stays in it, and Odie is in the fight as well.
Forrest Wang living up to his name. He is getting nuts out there, and how Odie is cutting through the smoke is beyond me.
Well, this is classic Forrest Wang. Incredible lead run. Look how smoky it is on course, but you gotta wonder, Jared, tire conservation will be a problem in run number 2.
So you see Forrest just throwing the back end of that Super Doof kit, and the wing goes off. Odie tries to hang tough in the smoke. And as you said, Ryan, did he overcook his hand-cooked tires as Odie Bakchis is on Falcons out front?
Really important here because these tires are barely lasting 2 runs for these competitors. That's how powerful these cars are. But here we go. Odie Bakchis taking the lead against Forrest Wang.
Also a very abrasive track, just eats him up, 70.3 miles per hour. They're going faster and faster every battle.
Out of the turn and around to inside clip number 1, and Forrest Wang makes a big mistake in the chase position, center lining that inside clip.
Forrest Wang on the wrong side of that front clip. Odie Bakchis strong out front, wraps it around the second front clip. Forrest Wang really struggling here in the latter portion of this run.
Tough run number 2 for Forrest Wang. As you can see here, right there, makes a big mistake on that inside clip, literally hits it with the left side of his vehicle and goes off course.
Go to the Universal Technical Institute judging results. Odie Bakchis gets the win.
It feels really good to go in the Final Four. My eye is definitely on a win, at least the podium, so the battle's not over. I can't feel too comfortable yet.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Universal Technical Institute. Chosen by industry, ready to work. By Blackview, over the cloud. And by Hand-Cooked Tire, driving emotion.
Welcome back to a packed house here at St. Eustache in Montreal, Canada. We are one battle in, and there's a lot of drifting history here. It's been going on probably just as long as the Formula Drift Championship has been happening. Fredric Aasbo against Matt Coffman. Fredric Aasbo, the Norwegian Hammer, your defending champion, against Matt Coffman, who qualified 13th. He's got that Ford V8 under the hood of his F13.
Well, for Aasbo, this is a very important battle here. We're in the second half of the season. He's in the championship chase. He needs a win against Matt Coffman.
Fredric Aasbo, just the way he's been driving, he just executes the track flawlessly, ticks the boxes, and he has the speed to back it up. Matt Coffman, he's closing the gap though, he's looking strong.
Big angle coming out of turn 1 as Aasbo wraps around that inside clip, reaching that back bumper out to the touch and go as Coffman falling back just a little bit here.
Signature Fredric Aasbo as they come into that second front clip. Matt Coffman trying to hang tough here as they wrap around that final front clip.
Well, 50% of the job is done here for Fredric Aasbo as he starts off like he always does, putting down close to a 100-point qualifying run and letting the chase driver make mistakes.
Matt Coffman out front, Fredric Aasbo in tow. Let's see if Matt Coffman can take down that defending champion that is the Norwegian Hammer.
Good start for Coffman here. A little bit of a gap between Aasbo as Aasbo now closes it up and they get in that first turn. Matt Coffman reaching out deep into that first outer zone.
You can hear these things banging away. Big angle from Coffman. Was that hanging it out too long? No, he hangs it in there. Nice job, Aasbo, right on his door.
Yeah, nice job by Coffman in the lead position, but you can see he's unable to shake Fredric Aasbo as he matches his line and angle.
Matt Coffman around that final clip. Fredric Aasbo in the mix as we take a look at it again.
Look how close Fredric Aasbo is. He is not fazed by Matt Coffman's smoke line, stays super tight and does a great job in the chase.
Take a look, Universal Technical Institute judging results. Fredric Aasbo gets the win.
This track is so much fun, and going up against Coffman, who brings a ton of style, was a big blast. We put down a stellar lead run, hitting all the marks, and then chasing him. I had some wobbles behind him because he's just so crazy of a driver. driving with a ton of angle and very, very aggressive. But luckily we took the win. We're moving on.
So Aasbo's in the Final Four. Out of these two drivers, who's advancing on? Chris Forsberg, two-time champion, going against one of his best friends, Ryan Tuerck, who qualified second.
Well, the story this year for Chris Forsberg has been consistency. He's got 3 podiums up to this point, and that's what you need to win championships.
Ryan Tuerck out front in that 2JZ-powered SR by Toyota 86. Forsberg right there in the mix. Both of them throwing it down hard in the outside clipping zone.
Little left foot braking there from Ryan Tuerck, but drivers are allowed to use any inputs they want in order to meet the criteria of the judges.
Using all of the course as Forsberg tucks into the smoke signal. Ryan Tuerck doing a good job. Ryan Tuerck actually swinging wide around that second front clip.
Big smoke and lots of angle from Ryan Tuerck, but Chris Forsberg is on fire tonight as he maintains very close proximity.
Big stylish angle. You could see the proximity there from these guys. They do a lot of track time, a lot of behind the wheel against each other and having fun, but right now it's for the glory. Chris Forsberg out front, Ryan Tuerck giving chase.
Well, here we go. Forsberg out of the chicane. Ryan Tuerck right behind him there as they initiate into the first turn.
Remember, the winner advances on to the Final Four. Forsberg, good initiation. Ryan Tuerck just tapping the brakes, keeping it close, 73.1 miles per hour.
You can see Forsberg goes very deep into that first outer zone, nearly up against the wall and tight on that inside clip. Nice transition.
Ryan Tuerck just allowing him to transition in front of him, but now he has to drop back just a little bit. A nice job by both of them on that second front clip.
Final turn. What does Ryan Tuerck have left here as he wraps around this last corner and nearly goes off course?
A big wide swing for Ryan Tuerck to end it as we ride on the roof. Did Ryan Tuerck have enough to take down Chris Forsberg? As we take a look at a Universal Technical Institute judging results, nope, it's unanimous. Forsberg gets the win.
Yeah, feeling great. You know, Ryan Tuerck, like I said, he's awesome, great guy, great driver, and I know that we can just lay it on and just let the best man win. And, you know, we're feeling pretty on point tonight. It's like when you got this many high caliber drivers, like any little edge. So, you know, just a couple one more times, Al Conadale just keeping us in tune might have been all we needed to get him.
Our final battle in the Grade 8, and look, we already have 2 champions, Forsberg and Aasbo in the Final Four. One of these 2 champions is going to join them, Daijiro Yoshihara, or is it going to be Vaughn Gittin Jr.?
They met in the finals at Road Atlanta. Daijiro Yoshihara losing that battle. A little bit of makeup here. Can he take out Vaughn Gittin Jr.?
The turn 14 distribution, turbo V8 BRZ. It's a mouthful, and right now it's a handful for Vaughn Gittin Jr. Look at him actually going in front of Dai Yoshihara in his line.
Bit tighter line there from Vaughn, making some mistakes against Dai, unable to anticipate the speed of Daijiro. Oh, and now Dai straightens out in the front. Oh!
Wow, a crazy turn of events there. You see Vaughn center line, that front clip. Dai Yoshihara shuts it down. Vaughn Gittin Jr. has to finish out the course. As we take a look at it again, Ryan, boom, you see him hit that front clip.
Well, this is definitely going to be a vehicle malfunction for Daijiro Yoshihara, and it might be fatal. He gets back to the line, but he's got a 0 now.
So Vaughn Gittin Jr. out front, Dai Yoshihara, he shuts it down late in that run. Vaughn initiates strongly. Dai Yoshihara, how's he going to hang?
Vaughn on a mid-high line trying to reach out deep into that zone. You can see Dai making up some ground now, but still a bit back as Dai really tries to close the door as Vaughn maxing out the angle.
I'd say Vaughn got a lucky break with Dai shutting it down. Dai trying to bring it into that second front clip, and he's having a hard time here hanging with Vaughn.
Big plume of smoke coming off Vaughn Gittin Jr. Nice angle there to finish it up and put a stamp on it in front of the judges.
Well, Vaughn finished strongly here. Like I said, he caught a lucky break, but he needed to put down a solid run here, and he did just that. Let's go to the Universal Technical Institute judging results. Vaughn Gittin Jr.'s going to the Final Four.
That was insane. It's good. We're going so fast out there right now. I feel like we got this Mustang on rails, and we're just going to keep going through the night. So we'll see where we end up.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Nexen Tire. Driving tomorrow. By FormulaD.com. For merchandise, tickets, and series information, head to FormulaD.com. And by the U.S. Air Force. Aim high.
Welcome back to Formula Drift St. Eustache. This is round 5 of 8 of the Formula Drift Championship, and the Final Four is set. We're seeing our defending champion, Fredric Aasbo. Can he throw it down here in true north, or is Odie Bakchis going to get in his way? If you take a look at that, qualifying 5th is Aasbo, 8th is Odie. This is anybody's game, Ryan.
Well, this is a real championship battle here. Odie Bakchis just outside, Fredric Aasbo trying to get back his first place position. Here we go.
Yeah, if you look at the Final Four, all these guys are strongly in contention for the championship, and Odie Bakchis is right there on that back wheel, 70.1 miles per hour.
You can see both drivers really using their braking here as they enter inside clip number 1. Aasbo reaching out wide to that touch and go. Great job.
And it's very deceiving. That's very narrow on that first front clip, so they're using all of the cores tight on that second front clip. Both of them looking strong.
Good strategy by Odie here, keeping this battle competitive while maintaining good line and angle, but Fredric Aasbo once again so solid in the lead position.
That just shows you, look at that proximity, big angle. Odie trying to close the gap. He does a good job, but now how is he going to do out front? Is Aasbo just going to be right there on his door?
Pretty close battle here so far as Odie Bakchis takes the lead, initiates into the first turn, and Aasbo already tightening it up.
Aasbo right there, but Odie, in order to have a good chase run, you need a good lead run. He's doing just that. Let's see how they go on that front clip. Aasbo leaving it hung out there just a little bit longer even.
Great job by Odie here as Aasbo stays very tight on the inside, closing the door. Odie Bakchis wrapping around to this last final turn.
Aasbo very consistent, smooth in that transition, snapping it around that final clip. Ryan, this is a toss-up here.
Toss-up battle, but you can see just maybe Fredric Aasbo a little bit of an edge by a better chase job overall.
Here we go, Universal Technical Institute judging results, and it's 2-1, but Aasbo gets the win.
That was so fun. Some of the best drifting I've done, and also some of the best driving I've seen Odie do. For me, this felt like putting on a drift clinic.
Now we're going to the other side of the Final Four bracket. Two more champions. It's Chris Forsberg versus Vaughn Gittin Jr. Two great friends, but now bitter enemies here on track.
Well, once again, it's a common refrain. Another championship battle here between these two competitors. For Forsberg, he wants to get that win over Vaughn Gittin Jr.
Yeah, he's just not been able to beat Vaughn Gittin Jr. He's literally and figuratively been his kryptonite. As you see the green wheels go around, Chris Forsberg puts it in and backs it into that first rear clipping zone.
Nicely done by Chris, very wide in that first outer zone. It's nice and consistent on that touch and go. Great job so far.
Vaughn, good transition, but falls back just a little bit. Now closing the gap as they approach that second front clip. Tight are both the drivers.
This might be the best we've seen Chris Forsberg drive all season. He is not making any mistakes and puts down a flawless lead run.
Well, two veterans of the Formula Drift Championship. They've been competing since day one, since the conception of FD. That's 2004. So going on their 13th season, these guys have seen a lot of battles against each other, and the winner is going to the finals to go against the defending champion Fredric Aasbo. Vaughn out front, Forsberg giving chase.
Nice early initiation there by Vaughn Gittin Jr., but Chris Forsberg right there as they come into this turn at 74.3 miles per hour.
Vaughn throwing it in hard. Oh, look at that. And a big hit as Vaughn Gittin Jr. shreds his back bumper off. Chris Forsberg catching some shrapnel, but he continues on. Great job by both the drivers right now.
Unfazed is Chris Forsberg in the chase position after contact with the wall, and Vaughn Gittin Jr. the final turn here. Will that be the thing that makes Vaughn Gittin Jr. lose?
Two champions of the sport, Vaughn Gittin Jr. going hard. Chris Forsberg does not back down, just signs of a good time. Let's take a look at our Universal Technical Institute judging results, and Forsberg gets the win.
Yeah, we are now in the final battle against Aasbo, so we'll be going tooth and nail for 1 and 2. Pressure's still on. We came here to win, and that's what we're going to do.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Universal Technical Institute, chosen by industry, ready to work. By FormulaD.com. For merchandise, tickets, and series information, head to FormulaD.com. By Nitto Tire, fueled by enthusiasts. And by Blackview, over the cloud.
Ryan, the finals are set. We've seen some incredible battles. We've seen some carnage. And now, these two stand alone here in the True North. But who's going to be the true king here at Autodrome Saint Eustache? Is it going to be Fredric Aasbo, who qualified 5th, or Chris Forsberg, who qualified 10th?
Well, I got to be honest, the momentum is certainly in Forsberg's camp. He has not made a mistake all night and looks to be the most aggressive driver.
Fredric Aasbo calculated. Chris Forsberg knows he needs to do something sensational to take down the defending champion. Fredric Aasbo, Forsberg right there in the mix here in the finals.
Solid start here with an incredible lead by Aasbo, and look at Forsberg in the chase position. And then right there, he just makes a little bit of a mistake on inside clip number 1.
You got to wonder, did he get blinded by the smoke? Did he get phased? But right now, Fredric Aasbo strong out front. He talked about the driving, the drifting clinic, and he's putting one on right now.
You can pretty much count on Aasbo to make no mistakes in in the lead position. There's that mistake by Chris Forsberg, probably the only one he's made tonight that is noteworthy, giving Aasbo a little bit of an advantage into run number 2.
Well, with that mistake happening, is that fuel for the fire, Forsberg, or is it going to mess him up? Aasbo's going to try to knock him down, going door to door. Forsberg out front.
Final lap of the night here, unless they go one more time. Chris Forsberg charging out front in the lead, but look at Fredric Aasbo once again peaking at the right time.
Tapping those brakes, Forsberg goes into the wall, taps it, hits it, and quits it. As we go into that touch and go area, Forsberg staying out there wide. Aasbo trying to dial it in.
Big angle and a nice transition by Chris Forsberg in the lead position, but look, unable to shake Fredric Aasbo as we narrow around to the last turn of the run.
As you see Forsberg taking out that final clip, we go on car with Forsberg. You see how close he is, and now transitioning into that center portion of the track. Let's go to our Universal Technical Institute judging results, and Aasbo gets the victory.
And with that, it's Fredric Aasbo taking the win here, Chris Forsberg in second, and Odie Bakchis in third.
Montreal, St. Eustache delivered. These fans are insane. As True North is one for the books, as we got a True North. Fredric Aasbo grabs the win with Chris Forsberg grabbing second and Odie Bakchis grabbing third. Championship implications and points we're giving out. Vaughn Gittin Jr. grabs fourth, and the championship is still up for grabs as we head into Seattle. Ryan Sage is with our winner now.
All right, well, thank you, Jared. I am here with your winner, Fredric Aasbo. Now, Fredric, you've just won your 8th event in the shortest time frame ever in the history of Formula Drift. You're back in the championship chase in front of a crazy crowd here. Tell us your thoughts on this weekend's event.
It feels unbelievable. You know, we've been fighting for this for so many years. My crew, my sponsors, myself, and to put it together here in front of arguably the craziest crowd out there feels fantastic. Cannot wait for the rest of the championship now.
Congratulations, we love watching you drift. Exciting event here at St. Eustache as we move forward to round 6 at Evergreen Speedway in Monroe, Washington. For everybody here at Formula Drift and Jared Dienda, I am Ryan Sage. We'll see you next time.
The championship standings are getting close as Vaughn Gittin Jr. still maintains the lead, Fredric Aasbo in second, and Chris Forsberg in third. Auto manufacturers championship standings are SR by Toyota, Ford in second, and Nissan in third. And finally, our tire manufacturers championship. Nexen Tire is leading the pack with Falcon and Hankook rounding out second and third. That's a wrap here at True North, St. Eustache, Canada. For our next installment, we have the battle in Seattle, the Throwdown. We'll see you there for the next round of the Formula Drift Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. In association with Formula Drift, this has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.